Hi there, I'm Jonathan Downey of the Rock Your Talk blog. For the past 7 weeks we've looked at all the things that people can do wrong when they're speaking. I called it, somewhat sarcastically, the 7 deadly sins of public speaking. Well, now that we've looked at the 7 deadly sins, I thought we'd look at 4 things that you can do right. And so for the next 4 weeks after this week, we'll be looking at the 4 C's of public speaking. Sounds simple enough, but what are the 4 C's? Well, next week we go into the first and arguably most important C, content. Like in blogging and public speaking, content really is king. We'll be looking at how to make sure that you put the right things into your talk and keep the wrong things out, how to put yourself in the shoes of your audience when deciding what to put into your talk, and how to use rehearsal to keep your talk balanced and interesting to listen to. In 2 weeks' time, we'll be learning all about the more technical side of things, about structure, about transitions, and about delivery when we look at communication. Obviously, there's a big difference between talking and writing. And often when people are coaching people to speak, they forget that the two are not the same thing. So next week we'll be talking about communicating your ideas to a live, expectant audience. The third C is one that's inspired by John C. Maxwell's book, Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. It's about connection. Because what happens is you can have an amazing speech by an amazing speaker that's been written well, structured perfectly, but it doesn't really do anything. There's no impact. If you want impact, you have to connect. If you want to connect, you have to really think about your audience. There's a theme building up here. So we'll be talking about being helpful before being impressive, starting where your audience are, and asking the right questions both before and during your talk to make sure that you're connecting with people where they are, not where you want them to be. The last C is a Jonathan special. People who've heard me speak, especially in the last few months, will be able to tell you that I've started to add something new and interesting to my talks. Creativity. Not just talking about using the right words. Everyone thinks about using the right words. But what about that one idea that stands out in your talk? What about that one thing that you do that makes this talk different to everyone else's that we're going to hear that day? What about that one surprise, a good surprise we hope, that you're going to throw on your audience that's going to make them sit back and go, wow, I've never seen a talk like this and I love it. So in 4 weeks' time, we're going to look at creativity, and you really do not want to miss that post. So this is Jonathan Downey for Rock Your Talk, wishing you a great week and looking forward to seeing you again next week when we look at content, because content is king.